Hello and welcome to Talk Time. My guest today is Dr. Dilsad Ahmed from Assam, who is one of India's leading physical education experts and is currently pursuing his postdoctoral studies at the University of Macau. Dr. Dilsad Ahmed, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much.
Physical education, when we talk about physical education, the image that comes to one's mind is that of a physical education class while one is at school. Is it as simple as that, or physical education today is a big thing?
I will say this is also a kind of misconception which we have, because sometimes we grasp the things what is just before us. Actually, it is far beyond that. And that's the reason why around this great importance, in the year 1978, UNESCO has made it a compulsory subject.
UNESCO has made it a compulsory subject.
Yes.
Across the world?
Yes, 4 decades back.
Okay.
And nowadays, after research, conducting lots of research findings saying that physical education is also helpful for crime prevention, positive youth development, apart from what we know the laboratory benefits, that is health benefits, etc., etc.
Okay.
So it is far beyond that.
Now, Dilsad, you come from the newly created Hosai district of Assam.
Yeah.
What attracted you to physical education? Because immediately after your higher secondary, you went off to do a course to Amravati University, to study physical education. Both in your degree, you studied physical education, then you did your master's, then you did your MPhil, then you did your doctorate, and now you're doing your postdoctorate. So what is it that attracted you to physical education, really?
Believe me, even I do not know. When I went for pursuing my physical education course, that times I just went there just to pursue it as a subject, one of the subjects, like education, English, etc., etc. I was thinking physical education. One of my father's colleague, he suggested that why don't you send your child over there for pursuing this course, because recently my youngest brother, he did the same course from there and he got a good job. So my father was thinking, oh, it would be very nice if I'll send him, because it's a matter of job sometimes in a region like Assam, and for us, we know, middle class people. So normally I went there and I started, and then I come to know it is such an important thing, but still we are far lagging behind.
Now, when you talk about physical education, is it only about physical activity, or is it something to do with mind games, psychology? What is it?
Actually, again, this is one of the misconceptions, its dimensions are physical, mental, social, emotional, and recently spiritual is also added.
So it's not just physical activity?
Yes, you are right. Suppose if I'll say a person is very healthy, okay, he has a very good physique, but he's mentally weak. Can we say that he's physically active? No.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
So its definition is wholesome development of a human personality. And UNESCO said that it is the right of every child, every single person, and he should learn and he should be intellectually, morally, and socially grow with his own dimensions.
Absolutely. Now, Dilsad, you have been professionally training as a physical education expert in India for 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Then, for the last couple of years, you are pursuing higher studies in Macau, University of Macau.
Yeah, before this, I was in South Korea as a business English scholar.
Now, my question to you, Dilsad, is what is the difference you are feeling in the society or the government's approach to physical education as a discipline, as a subject, as a sort of activity?
Yeah.
Is there a vast difference?
Frankly, yes, of course. And honestly to say, there's a big difference. If you compare China, South Korea, and India. Let's start from the South Korea. When I was in South Korea, I felt that every single they feel that it is their responsibility to create Olympic athletes. Can you imagine? Is South Korea?
They take it as the society's responsibility.
Yes, it's a kind
not
of,
just the government.
It's not a government responsibility. Even yes, of course, when government will support you, a kind of sensation will be created among the mass.
Right.
Yeah. So unless until the kind of security they will feel that government is providing, why they will take up that responsibility.
Yeah.
So it's a hand-to-hand process. So that's the reason why I saw that. every school, the teachers are equally responsible to create, to produce Olympic athletes.
So what were we doing in South Korea? I mean, I know that in Macau University, Macau, by the way, has about 5 to 6 universities, because everybody thinks that Macau is a tourist destination. It's a gambling den. It's a casino city. But Macau has university. My question to you, Dilsad, what were you doing in South Korea?
Yeah, I was there as a visiting scholar. It was an open.
Doing what?
I was researching with Korea Institute of Sports Science Researcher.
Korea Institute of Sports Science.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a similar kind of an institute in India?
You can say, but not at that level.
Not in that level.
Yeah. In Patiala, we have one.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, the Korea Institute of Sports Science.
Yeah.
They directly, train up this Olympic athletes.
Yes, they're
directly involved in the Olympic movement in Korea.
Yes, they work under the sports promotion of Korea. Yeah, and once the Olympic athletes selected, the whole team of Korean sports science work with them. Yeah, they have
You're saying that's a very important point. Once the Korean Olympic team is selected to participate in an event 4 years later, for the 3 to 4 years, this Korea Institute of Sports Science works with them.
Yes.
In what aspects?
In every aspects. Like, suppose they need support from all sides. In Korean service sports, they have branches like how our doctor sits in the chambers in our hospitals, like sports psychology, sports physiology, sports biomechanics, sports robotics. All of them together work with the Olympic athletes. Then only wherever the things are lacking behind, they're missing, those things will be ameliorated. You know, so that's how the whole teams work. So in our case, in India, everything comes under the same umbrella, that is physical education.
So what is your prescription? What is your suggestion? Because you have done both. You have seen both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
You have trained yourself in India. You are now training yourself abroad, particularly in Macau, where the Chinese influence is absolutely, it's a part of China, actually. So what is it, the difference?
See, we'll have to be refined from the very beginnings, I will say in that way. We are still, Indian physical education is still at a natal stage. And if
natal stage.
Yeah, and if you say that Assam physical education prenatal stage. So we'll have to be, modify the things from the beginnings, I will say in that way. Because just I have said that everything comes under the same umbrella, there is physical education. We do not have or courses running in universities, particularly on sports psychology, sports biomechanics, but these are irresistible and inevitable subjects which should go along with sports science.
So these are key component for development of sports or in general, athletics in particular. Would you say that?
Yes, very important, because physical education is mainly concentrating school level, of course college level, as a subjects to educate people about your own physique, your things, how you can make yourself healthy, and kind of awareness for your own physique. So when we talk about the sports science, it's basically concentrating sports. And when I'm talking about this subject, sports biomechanics, sports psychology, of course, these all things required everywhere, but these are mainly concentrating to the sports performance.
On that note, we shall go for a short break now. Stay on. When I come back, I shall continue my conversation with Dr. Dilsad Ahmed, one of India's leading physical education experts.